Welcome back to K24 Alpha Jury. It's 6:30 in the morning, and as you know, every single day from Monday to Friday at 6:30, we rise and shine. Today is Wednesday, and our main focus is always on wellness. So we're going to be discussing about self-awareness, which is the key to wellness. And joining me in this conversation is a lovely lady in studio. Her name is Carol Njoki. Karibu sana to K24 Alpha Jury.
Thank you very much, Serah.
You're looking fantastic.
Thank you.
How's your morning?
Very well, thank you. Yes.
All right. Carol, if you may just introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us what you do exactly.
All right. My name, like you've said, is Carol Njoki.
Yeah.
I help people to master their health, their mindset, and their emotions, so they can be able to improve their lives, either in their day-to-day lives, in their occupation, and sometimes even be able to find profit in the process.
All right.
Yes.
So where did the passion come from?
Good question. I was a teacher. I was a high school teacher, and in my days as a high school teacher, I had this notion that it cannot just be about academics. There must be more to life. What do we do with the students that cannot get the A's and the B's? How do we help them navigate life? How do we mold them in a way that they are self-assured, in a way that they feel complete, in a way that they feel they can also face life like the person who got an A and B. And fast forward into my career life, I discovered that there's just so much more to being successful than just
the A's and B's.
Than A's and B's, and just being able to maybe get a job. That's just not it. There's so much more.
All right.
So that's where it started.
All right. So even as we focus on self-awareness, let's start by making our viewers understand what self-awareness is. Okay.
Self-awareness is, I call it a journey, because you cannot just wake up and say, now I'm fully self-aware. You keep getting better at it. So it is a journey that helps you to understand yourself better. It's a journey that makes you consciously aware who you are, your values, your core beliefs, your assumptions. Sarah, you know, we live with a lot of assumptions.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you're not even aware that we have those assumptions. Even stereotypes. There's some stereotypes that we hold that are innate, like we hold them so strongly that they affect the way we view life, they affect the way we make decisions, they affect how we relate with other people. So self-awareness is a journey of understanding yourself, your emotions, and how these emotions affect your decision-making, your day-to-day life, and even your aspirations, your goals, and expectations of yourself and from other people.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And it's highly linked to wellness. What is wellness?
Yes. I like to define wellness as the total sum of an optimal balance of your mindset, your physical health, your emotions, and to a good extent, your financial status. Because, you see, when you're looking at all these things in life, sometimes we tend to think they're separate. We tend to think that your body can go a certain direction and your finances go another direction. No. If your wealth is not good enough, if your health is not good enough, chances are you spend a lot of time in hospital. If your mindset is not at the right place, chances are there are things you're missing out in your day-to-day life just because of the way you view the world. And of course, if you're emotionally disturbed, it affects your physical health, it affects your mindset, it affects your output, it affects how you relate with people. So for me, I'd like to say that wellness is a quadruplet of those four things that are very intricate in the way they relate to one another.
Okay. And even as we talk about the relationship between self-awareness and wellness, you have a very interesting story about how you were diagnosed with blood pressure.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Before even I talk about high blood pressure and my story, I'd like to tell you just a bit about each one of those categories.
Yes.
So that then when we go into my story, then you can see how all these factors relate to my story and any other story. When I look at health, physical health, I like to look at it like the absence of disease, or the ability to be able to be healthy without disease, without sickness. That is just simple. When I look at emotional wellness, I'm looking at the way you relate to your feelings, how aware you are to your day-to-day emotions. You know, we have specific emotions that are stronger every other day than any other emotions. If you take a scan of 2-3 weeks of your life, you notice that there's certain emotions that keep recurring, that are constant.
Yeah.
But many times we don't ask ourselves, how come I tend to be angry in so many situations? How come I tend to be frustrated by so many things? I'm frustrated by the traffic jam. I'm frustrated by the way people behave around me. I'm frustrated by the government. So it's a constant emotion. So emotional wellness is the ability to understand your own emotions, to understand how these emotions help you relate to people, how they affect the way you relate to people, and finding a balance in how you understand your emotions, because many times we tend to either react, we tend to suppress emotions, or even ignore them.
Absolutely.
And those things
just
affect.
Like seal them.
Yes, seal them.
Okay.
And especially if we're in, you know, like in a place where we want to look together, we want to look in a corporate space, maybe we ignore them. So that is emotional wellness. With mindset, I tend to look at your worldview. How do you view the world?
The world, okay.
What informs how you make your decisions?
Yeah.
What are your core mindset thoughts that inform how you relate with people, how you view the world, how you make your decisions? And so those three, when I look at them in that way, then I'm able to understand how this person can move forward.
All right.
Whether it is in their career, whether it is in their home setting, or even if they're just trying to become a better person.
Okay.
So back to my journey. About 6 years ago, I felt unwell, really unwell. I was in the office, and I thought, let me just get checked. I went to a doctor, and you know, the doctor walks out and tells me, your blood pressure is at cardiac levels. I need to call an ambulance for you.
Wow.
For some reason, I wasn't shocked because I had walked myself to hospital. I was feeling, you know, dizzy, headache, but I wasn't really shocked. And I told him...
You weren't shocked?
Not really, because I had already begun the journey of self-awareness, isn't it? Just that I hadn't gone too deep into, and I knew that how I take this will affect how bad I feel. And I really thought I should take myself to hospital, and because I wasn't in a hospital where I went to see the doctor, I told him I'll check myself in. And I checked myself in, and the doctors, of course, with that, you know, had very high blood pressure. For those who know the numbers, it was 178/119. Wow. That is really high, given that the normal is taken to be 120/180. And they ran a lot of tests. They checked my cholesterol, they checked my blood sugar. I was still almost this size, so I was not overweight.
Yeah.
They ran tests on almost all my organs, literally, because the doctor was of the opinion that with that kind of high blood pressure, there's a chance that one of my organs is either failing or it's affected, or it's the one that has caused. And to my utter shock, none came positive.
What?
And even as the doctor, you know, did his thing and fast forward, Serah, I began to want to know a lot more about how the body behaves. And it is in that journey that I discovered the intimate relationship between your emotions and your health, physical health. I had been going through a lot of stress in my space of work and other things, and I didn't actually internalize or realize how much the emotional stress was affecting my physical health. And to cut the long story short, most of what then happened after that had to do with me beginning to deal with my emotions, understand the emotions, ask myself, what is the message that these emotions are sending to me? Because ultimately, that is the key point. We tend to react to emotions. We tend to suppress them. Personally, I think I was suppressing, and part of the reason being that I wasn't, you know, getting very forward in this space of wellness, which is a space I really wanted to get into. I felt like I was going too slowly. And so I had to take a back seat and analyze, consciously analyze my emotions and how they're affecting my health. And it so turned out that so many years on, I'm not having to take medication for high blood pressure because I was able to stabilize my body by going through all that. Of course, I'm not underestimating the place of exercise, the place of diet and whatnot. But I must say that even then, I wasn't, eating. I was very conscious about what I eat. Yeah. So it couldn't have been, wholly as a result of diet.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what changed in you? Like, where was the 360? Wow.
The 360 was the realization that even in my own journey, there is so much more that I am not, bringing out, that I need to bring out, and get more conscious about how I bring it out. Say, for example, stress at work. How do you look at stress at work? Many times we want the money, we want the job, we want to keep the job, so we try to contain it. But the question is, what is causing you to be stressed? Is it the work or how you're viewing the work? So if it is the work, do you need your boss? Do you need to tell your boss it is too much, I can't handle, if I can get help? Do you need to structure your time differently? Yeah. Or if it is how you're viewing it, do you need to change how you're viewing it? Now, the 360 is that you have to consciously want to do that. You have to be so aware of how it is affecting you so that now you're taking a minute by minute, day by day, journey towards, getting to terms with how it is affecting you and finding solutions. I say that emotions are neither positive or negative. They're either empowering or disempowering.
Absolutely.
So if it is a disempowering emotion, what else can it mean? If it is anger, if it is stress, what else can it mean? What do you need to do so that it can become positive? Or so that it can bring, or not really become positive, but bring out positive outcomes in your life.
All right. And in the same breath, what is the relationship between emotional wellness and weight management?
I like that area so much because I like helping people, go through that journey of weight management and shedding weight if they want to shed weight. I tell people it's shedding weight, not losing weight, because if you lose something, you might want to find it back.
Absolutely.
Yes, so they need to shed it if they don't want to find it back. There is a relationship between weight gain, emotional wellness, mindset, that is very, very, and of course, health. And I don't want to go into the part of physical health because it is largely medical, so that if people are taking certain medications or they've got certain conditions or if they have got hormonal imbalance, they could gain weight. But realize that hormonal imbalance can be caused by stress again. So it is, finding that balance. But specifically in relation to emotional wellness and mindset, let me give you a scenario. You have weight to lose and you've been trying to lose weight for the last 4-5 years. And so you have a notion that, it can't happen. And you keep talking about, you tell your friends, I can't lose this weight. I've tried to lose it for the last 5 years. I was born like this.
The genes, it's genetic.
And we're big in our family. I've done so many diets and they don't work for me. I think for me, it just doesn't work. That's a mindset. Now, I say that your body will never go where your mind has not gone.
Absolutely.
And your mind stays at the place of your emotions. What do I mean? You already have a worldview that no matter how you change your food, your weight will not go. So even as you take whatever steps, you go to the gym, maybe even when you're going to the gym, you're going and it is stressful for you. If going to the gym is a stressor for your body begins to resist the process. So you have to find a balance where you sit down and ask yourself, again, self-awareness. Why do I want to lose weight? Do I want to lose weight because my friends are saying I'm big? Do I want to lose weight because my partner thinks I'm too big? Or is it for me? Is it for my health? Is it me who feels that, no, I can't carry this weight anymore? And if it is for me, what am I willing to do? How do I want to view myself? Do I even see myself at the destination where I have lost the weight? And so that your subconscious mind can begin to give you a new picture. It can begin to set in new beliefs about what is possible with your body and what is not possible. And in regards to emotional wellness, if you're going through a lot of stress, your body is always in a state of fight or flight. Fight or flight is a state that is your body gets into when it's trying to deal with something that, you know, say you're going through a hard time or you need to run from danger. It is the body's mechanism of protecting you. But now when we have heightened stress, we stay in that mode almost permanently. And it's a mode that causes the body to release a lot of adrenaline, a lot of cortisol, which are, you know, the stress hormones. Now, if your body stays in that mode, it is suppressing other functions because it is a fight or flight. It is suppressing immunity. It is suppressing digestion so that, your digestion becomes slower to cater for these stress factors. It is also maybe suppressing how energetic or how much energy can go into fat burning. So stress, which is an emotional wellness factor, becomes a very big factor in weight management. And Serah, you notice that there's so many people who have gone through weight management programs or who are attempting to lose weight, but they don't seem to get there. Or they go 2 miles and come back 5.
Or they say they have tried, but then again, there's no result.
And if they can be able to understand themselves, start at a place of self-awareness. How did this happen? How did I get here? When did the rain start beating me? What was happening in my life when I gained this weight? See, many times people say it's baby fat, especially the ladies. We say it's baby fat.
And that's like the biggest excuse that we can give and get away with.
I'm telling you,
you're trying to comfort your mind and telling yourself, no, it's okay, it's fine.
Go. And sometimes you have baby fat for 5 years. The child has gone to primary school and you still are talking about baby fat. But again, it is a question of, yes, you gained it when you're having the baby or around that time, but what else was happening around that time? Are you consciously aware about your diet during that time? How you're combining your foods? Obviously, some people will tend to gain weight more than others based on, you know, how their body behaves with certain foods. But then that's where self-awareness comes in, because then you need to be aware of that. That when I eat a lot of wheat, then I tend to bulge. I tend to, when I do a lot of sugars, then I gain a lot of weight. If I'm stressed, then I get cravings. And when I get cravings, what do I do with them? That is a journey of self-awareness. Being able to understand yourself. Because you can go to your nutritionist, you can go to your doctor, but your doctor will not monitor your everyday movement. So it is upon yourself to be able to want to know you more. To be able to understand you more. To be able to understand the emotions that are leading you to want to crave for foods. I call it a love affair with, you know, with certain foods. Why are you having a love affair with food?
With this food,
Are you, is it a journey you are taking because there is a need, another need, maybe a love need, maybe a connection need that now food has taken the place of substituting, because it can happen, or even stress or whatever else that is happening in your life. So when you're consciously aware about these things, then you begin to deal with them, and as you begin to deal with them, you notice that even some of the food cravings go down. And or even just change your diet.
That's very interesting, because I have learned something new, that your weight management has, your emotional wellness and mindset have a huge role to play in your weight management. Wow. So what is the relationship between self-awareness, emotional wellness, and mindset when it comes to youth issues?
The relationship is everything. It's big. See, when you wake up, say for example, when you wake up, there are certain things that you tell yourself. You can wake up and tell yourself, oh gosh, this is a Monday, it's going to be a bad Monday. Mondays are usually
Monday blues.
Bad. Yes, Monday blues. And you know, we talk about these things as if they were normal. And we get onto the road talking about Monday blues and you know how Mondays are with my boss or how Mondays are with traffic. And that is the reality we live in. That's mindset. You can change that mindset and ask yourself, what is beautiful about Mondays? It's a new week. You know, I'm going to achieve so much more. You know, I'm going to have this show and all that. And so your mind begins to set a new worldview. It begins to set a new worldview. And as it sets a new worldview, you use different language. Let me give you an example. If I say to you, you know, the economy is so bad, we are not getting on, you know, businesses are not doing badly. the words that I choose to say that, which is, language is a part of what determines our emotions. And how even my body behaves as I'm saying that is very different from me saying something to the effect that, you know, when the economy is very suppressed, there are other opportunities, there are other business opportunities that come along, and I'm looking for those opportunities. How my body feels, even, you know, in terms of energy, how the words that I choose to say that will be different, and my mindset will be different. And the chances of me getting ahead, you know, what happens is that your brain will give you an answer to the question that you pose to yourself. I say, if you ask wrong questions, you get wrong answers. If you ask right questions, you get right answers. Why me? Your brain goes on to tell you it is you because you're stupid, because you're not good enough. Yes. If you ask, what else could this mean? Then you get answers. You sort of get multiple choice questions, a lot of answers that give you other options that are very different from why me. And so that is, the question is from a mindset. The answer that you get based on the question creates a certain emotion for you.
Wow.
Because language is the one that informs our emotions. The choice of words that you use on yourself, that you use on other people, create certain emotions. And that begins to be set in your subconscious. What sets in your subconscious is what comes out, especially when you're in need for a decision, when you're in need to, to move forward, when you're trying to think, what can I do in this situation? And in essence, depending on how you're looking at the world, your body feels that way.
Absolutely.
There are many health diseases, I don't want to say diseases, diseases. You know, you can be diseased and you're not completely sick. That as a result of how we are just feeling. So there is a big relationship between how you're feeling and how your body feels. Serah, do you know you can actually completely get a strained back out of, stress?
Wow.
Completely. And it becomes a backache, and you go to the doctor, and the doctor gives you painkillers, you do physio, and it doesn't seem to go.
Happens,
until the moment you realize that your body strains from stress and address whatever stress it is that you're going through. So there is a relationship. Part of the journey of self-awareness that I would like people to begin to go through is on a day-to-day basis to ask themselves, what are my inherent thoughts? What is it that I'm thinking about most of the time? And how do I look at the world? And so that now they can help their body navigate the emotions that come with it.
Okay. So how does self-identity and acceptance affect the way the youth are becoming responsible in our society?
Good. The youth are also going through a journey, just like us adults. And many times we tend to remove the journey from their lives and look at them as people who need to be just directed. They're going through a journey of finding out their identity. So they get a lot of identity crisis, especially in their early teens. They're going through a journey of they're more self-conscious, so they need to be affirmed. They're going through a journey of trying to fit in society. They're not adults and they're not children. They're in between. So one time you'll be telling your teenager, grow up, you're acting like a child. And the next time you're telling them you can't go out because you're still a child.
Because you're still a baby.
So they're caught up in all that. And so a journey of self-awareness would help this youth, or helps the youth, to be able to get in touch with who they are. Understand even what they're going through at that particular time in their lives. And begin even to look inwardly for things that can define them as individuals and not, as a group. And the things that they're strong in, so that then they become more resourceful young adults.
All right, and I feel like you have a lot to share on this particular subject because you're so passionate about it. How can people get in touch with you?
People are able to get in touch with me through different ways. I'm on Facebook, Wellness with Carol Njoki. They can find me on Instagram, Carol Njoki, Life and Wellness Coach. They can also contact me on email, info@carolnjoki.com, and they can even call me.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and we will have the numbers right below your screen and on our social media platforms. Thank you so much for coming through and sharing this with us, and we hope that you're going to come back and not talk much deeper into this.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and that's it for Rise and Shine.